Good afternoon. Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Okay, yesterday I told that don't send whatever the answers through mail. Means you have to send through ERP. Whatever the concurrent evaluations of DS. Today evening we will send through ERP. Whatever the assignments. Okay, already I had sent through mail, but you have to reply it through ERP only. Okay, but means 3 to 4 students of PCCY as well as SBPM, they have sent through mail IDs. Don't send it. I told if 1 or 2 days it will take. Don't worry. Solve the problems and keep ready. Keep it ready. The solutions. Okay. You have to send it through ERP only. Then only we will consider. Don't send it through mails. Kindly make a note of it. Okay. Yesterday we discussed value of the game, how to find out optimal strategies. If you remember here, you have to remember the formulas. Value of the game, A11 into A22 minus A21 into A12 upon, okay, whatever the multiplication symbol in the numerator, you have to make it addition. A22. Here A21 plus A12. Outside the bracket we are having negative value. That's why we will get here negative values. Minus A21 minus A12. This is called as D. That is diagonal elements of the payoff matrix. If you don't want to write this, then to find out optimal strategies for player A as well as player B, what is the formula? P is equal to A22 minus A21 upon D. Q is equivalent to A22 minus A12 upon D. These formulas we learn. Okay, for strategy, for player A, if the strategy is A1, A2, if it is 2 by 2 matrix, if the matrix is of 2 by 2, we have used this. If the matrix of 3 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 3, 4 by 4, more than 4. Okay, more than 4 rows and 4 columns. We will use the strategy called principle of dominance. We will use the strategy called principle of dominance. Okay, dominant strategy. What does it mean? Principle of dominance states that if a strategy of a player dominates over another strategy in all conditions, the later strategy can be ignored. In other words, for example, listen students, if I will consider 4 by 3 or 4 by 4 or 5 by 5 matrix, okay, that means player A consists of 5 by 5. If I consider, for example, 5 by 5 matrix assumption, okay, that means player A consists of A1 to A5, 5 strategies. Similarly, player B consists of B1 to B5 strategies. Then here, row wise, ith row is compared with jth row. For example, 5 by 5, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Similarly, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. Okay, 5 by 5 matrix if we are considering. Any row, A1 is compared with A2, A1 is compared with A3, A1 is compared with A4, A1 is compared with A5. Any row can be compared with any other row. The lesser row gets deleted, the lesser row gets eliminated, the lesser row gets ignored. That's why here I am writing ith row is less than or equal to jth row. If all the elements in a row, that is ith row, is less than or equal to jth row, that is any other row, then neglect ith row. What does it mean? Lesser row gets deleted. This is called principle of dominance. Similarly, columns, for a difference purpose, we will consider rth column is greater than or equal to sth column. Sth column, okay? If all the elements in a column, we are considering that as rth column is greater than or equal to the corresponding elements of any other column, sth column, then neglect the greater column. Neglect the greater column. That means rth column gets eliminated. This is the rule of principle of dominance. Again, the other way, lesser row gets deleted whenever you are comparing two rows. Lesser row gets eliminated. Whenever you are comparing two columns, greater column gets eliminated. Then, in the final examination, compared to pure strategy, mixed strategy, principle of dominant strategy, most of the times they will ask this question only, principle of dominance. Right now, we will go through the fifth question, students. We will go through the fifth question. By using principle of dominance, if they mention in the final examination, by using principle of dominance, even though you got the saddle point for that particular problem, you have to use principle of dominance. I hope understood. Right now we will solve the problem. Then take down fifth one. Screen is available. Is it visible? Screen? Anuvinda?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Go through the fifth one. Go through the fifth one. A1. This is important compared to pure and mixed strategy. A1, A2, A3. B1, B2, B3. Principle of dominance. 1, 6, 6, 2, 7, 6, 7, 2, 1. Okay, first we will verify for saddle point. Even though saddle point exists, that is the value of the game. By using principle of dominance, we have to apply dominant strategy. Here, row minima, column maximum. First row minimum is how much? 1. Second row minimum is 2. Third row minimum is 1. Column wise. We have to choose column maximum. 1, 6, 6. Maximum is 6. 2, 7, 6. Maximum is 7. Third column. 7, 2, 1. Maximum is 7. Any common value in row and column? No. That means here saddle point doesn't exist. Row minima is not equal to column maxima. Saddle point doesn't exist. The given strategy is mixed strategy. The given problem is of mixed strategy. Right now, if it is 2 by 2 matrix, then we used to apply the formula. But the given matrix is not 2 by 2. Then we have to use principle of dominant rule. Okay, listen carefully. What I told, any row can be compared with any other row. Here, if you want to compare, you have to observe carefully. If you want to compare A1 with A2, you can compare. If you want to compare A2 with A3, compare. If you want to compare A1 with A3, any row can be compared with any other row. By looking at a glance, if you compare A2 and A3, see, 1 is less than 2, ith row is less than jth row, ith row gets eliminated, I told you. 1 is less than, here I am comparing row A3 with row A2. A3 is less than or equal to A2, I am verifying here. 1 is less than 2, yes. 6 is less than 7, yes. 6 is less than or equal to 6. Which row gets eliminated? Lesser row, that is A3. A3 is less than or equal to A2. Row A3 gets eliminated. You have to write down these sentences because the external should know which row gets eliminated and which column. Right now, deduct row A3. A3 gets eliminated. Right now, if you compare A1 with A2, 1 is less than 6, 2 is less than 7, but 7 is not less than 2. That means here you cannot compare A1 with A2. Okay. Next, you have to compare the columns. If you compare the columns, listen carefully. Here I am comparing B2 with B1. B2 with B1. 2 is greater than 1. 7 is greater than 6. Yes. Greater column gets deleted. That means what I am comparing? B2 is greater than or equal to B1. That means here, which is greater column? 2 is greater than 1, 7 is greater than 6. Greater column gets eliminated. That means which gets eliminated? Column B2 gets eliminated. Right now, how many elements remaining? 4 elements. That means 2 rows and 2 columns. Here, we will rewrite the matrix, that is A1, A2. Here, for column, for strategy, for player B, the columns are B1 and B3. For player A, the rows are A1 and A2. Finally, have you reduced this matrix into 2 by 2? Yes, we got this matrix 2 by 2. Then to take those values 1, 6, 7, 2. Again, verify for saddle point. If after applying principle of dominance, sometimes we will get saddle point. Then that is the value of the game. Here we will verify whether we will get saddle point or not. Here row minima 1, 2. Column maxima 6 and 7. Here again we are not getting, after converting the matrix into 2 by 2, we are not getting saddle point. Right now, this 3 by 3 matrix, by using dominant strategy, you have reduced it to 2 by 2. Then we can apply the formulas. What is the formula? Value of the game. We need to find out value of the game. You know the formula right now. Value of the game is equivalent to A11 into A22. Students getting? Student internet connection was unstable for 2 minutes. Is it clear right now? Voice is audible? Students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
2 minutes internet connection was unstable. Okay. Right now, understood? You have to compare any row with any other row. Lesser row gets deleted. If you want to compare any column with any other column, greater column gets deleted. You have to convert this matrix into 2 by 2. Then only we can apply algebraic sum method. Here we have converted the given matrix into 2 by 2. Right now, directly apply the formula. Value of the game, A11 into A22 minus A21 into A12 upon A11 plus A22 minus A21 minus A12. Here, this is A11. Okay, it is row 1 and column 3. Don't write here A13. Whenever you have converted the matrix into 2 by 2, the corresponding probabilities we will consider it as A11, A12, A21, A22. Then do cross multiplication. The value is A11 value is how much? 1 into A22 value is 2 minus A21 value is 6. A12 value is 7 upon 6, 1 plus 2 minus 6 minus 7. Correct here. 2 minus 42, we will get minus 40 upon minus 6 minus 7 minus 13, minus 13 plus 3, we will get this value is minus 10. Minus minus gets cancelled. 10 4s are 40. Value of the game is 4. Value of the game is 4. Then, after that, what I told here, this is considered as P. For player A, strategy A1 is P. For player A, strategy A2 is 1 minus P. For player B, B1 strategy is called Q. B3 strategy is called 1 minus q. Right now, we will calculate P is equivalent to A22 minus A21 upon D. D is nothing but diagonal elements of the payoff matrix. This is D. A22, what is the value here? 2 minus A21 value is minus 6 upon D value is minus 10. That is minus 4 upon minus 10. Minus minus gets cancelled. 2 upon 5. 2 upon 5. That means 40% chances are there. Similarly, 1 minus P is equivalent to 1 minus 2 upon 5. That is 3 upon 5. For player A, if he plays strategy A2, what are the winning strategies? 60%. If he will apply strategy A1, then the winning chances are 40. Then how we will write this step? Optimal strategy for player A. Optimal strategy for again 2 minutes. It was not there. Internet connection was unstable. Maybe from our side only it's a problem. ERP is also having problem. Okay, again I will repeat the step. We have to calculate optimal strategy for player A. The formula is P is equal to A22 minus A21 upon D. D is nothing but diagonal elements of the payoff matrix. That is here 2 minus 6 upon you have calculated D value, that is minus 10. Minus 4 upon minus 10. Minus minus gets cancelled. 2 2s are 2 5s are 2 by 5. Similarly, we need to calculate 1 minus P, that is optimal strategy for player A to apply strategy A2. 1 minus 2 upon 5, that is 3 by 5. We have to write down optimal strategy for player A. For player A is 2 by 5, comma 3 by 5. Here you have to remember the given matrix is of 3 by 3. In the initial stage, by using principle of dominance, whenever we applied, row A3 gets eliminated. That's why there is no strategy. You have to represent row A3. Strategy is player A, A3 strategy is 0. This is mandatory, students. Don't forget this step. Optimal strategy for player A, 2 by 5. A1 strategy is 2 by 5. A2 strategy is 3 by 5. A3 gets eliminated. Row A3 gets eliminated. That's why you have to put it as 0. Right now, similarly, we have to calculate optimal strategy for player B. The formula for Q is A22 minus A12 upon D. A22 value is here 2 minus A12 value is 7. 2 minus 7 upon diagonal elements of the payoff matrix already you have calculated. That is minus 10. 2 minus 7 is minus 5 upon minus 10. Okay, this is nothing but half. 50% chances. 1 minus q will become again 1 minus half. This will become half. That means both are having 50% chances. Then here optimal strategy for player B. Listen carefully here. Q, that is B1 is there. That's why Q. The value is how much? Half. Here column B2, while applying principle of dominance, it gets eliminated. That's why here there is no strategy for B2. You have to substitute the value as 0. Here B3 is there, that is 1 minus Q. The value is half. Understood, students?
Yes, ma'am.
This way they will ask in the final examination. Principle of dominance, they will ask only this for 5 marks only. Okay, for dominance rule, they will give 1 mark. For value of the game, they will give 2 marks. Principle of dominance means whatever the rows and columns gets eliminated, you have to write down the steps. For those steps, you will get only 1 mark. Value of the game, 2 marks. Optimal strategy for player A, 1 mark. Optimal strategy for player B, you will get 1 mark. This is the bifurcation for 5 marks. Clear? Okay. Anybody is having any queries?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then again I will share the screen right now before applying trial and error method. Okay, everybody go through 10th problem and try to solve. Go through 10th problem and try to solve. Try to solve. First, apply principle of dominance. The given matrix is of, okay, player A consists of 4 players, player B consists of 4 players. Write it down. Okay. Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, earlier problem in some textbooks they have suggested this earlier problem 3 by 3 matrix we took. Okay, A1, A2, A3 is there. Okay, row A1 total you have to do, A2 total you have to do, A3 total you have to do it. Okay, any row total is compared with any other row. Okay, here if you are comparing A3 with A2, 13 is less than 15. That's why lesser row gets deleted. This is one way. But what I suggest earlier method only we will follow. This way also we can solve this problem. Okay. Okay, right now better to, instead of calculating row totals, look at a glance and verify which row is lesser than which other row. Okay. If you look at a glance, compare A1 and A2. See here 0 is less than 5, 15 is less than 25, 20 is less than 65, 30 is less than 35. Which row you are comparing, the external should know. That's why you are comparing row A2 with row A1. That is A2 is less than or equal to A1. Which row gets deleted? Lesser row gets deleted. That means row A2 gets eliminated. You have to write down these steps, otherwise the external doesn't know. Okay. Then which row gets eliminated? Row A2 gets eliminated. Right now, if you observe carefully, A3 and A4, see, 40 is less than 55, 50 is less than 60, 0 is less than 10, 10 is less than 15. Then compare A3 is less than or equal to A4. Which row gets eliminated? Row A3 gets eliminated. Okay, here it is not possible. If you are comparing A1 with A4, 35 is less than 55, but 65 is not less than 60. That means you cannot compare A1 with A4. Right now, column wise. Okay, go through column wise. If you compare B1 column with B2, that is 65 is greater than 35, 60 is greater than 55. Correct? Then B2 is greater than or equal to B1 column. B2 gets eliminated. Eliminate column B2. Again, if you compare B1 with B3, 35 is greater than 25, 55 is greater than 10. Which one you are comparing with B1 is greater than or equal to B3 column, B1 gets eliminated, correct? 35 is greater than 25, 55 is greater than 10. That means B1 column gets eliminated. Right now, only 4 elements are remaining. That means finally we got 2 by 2 matrix. Write down that matrix. Here, which strategies are remaining for player A? A1 is remaining and A4 is remaining. A4. Similarly, for column B, we are having which strategies? B3 and B4. Okay. If you observe carefully, we don't get saddle point for this also. Row minimum is 5 for this row. For this row, minimum is 10. If you observe column wise 25, 15, that means no common value. That means we don't get the saddle point. Again, the given problem is of mixed strategy. That's why directly find out value of the game. Try it out, students. Find out value of the game and tell me the answer. Write down the formula and tell me the answer. Value of the game, whatever it is, but formula we will write here A11, A12, A21, A22. In general, students will write this as A43, row 4 and column 3. No, this is fixed. Okay. A11 into A22 minus A21 into A12 upon A11 plus A22 minus A21 minus A12. This is called diagonal elements of the payoff matrix. Do cross multiplication, students. This is equivalent to 25 into 15 minus 10 into 5 upon 25 plus 15 minus 10 minus 15. This is equivalent to 375 minus 50 upon, okay, here 25 plus 15, 40, 30, 30 minus 50, 15. This is 325 upon 50. Verify the calculation, students. This is 375, 50.
Ma'am, A12 is 5.
40 minus 20. Pardon me? कोई कुछ बोला? Anybody told something? What is the answer here? Correct? 25 15s are 15 5s are 75, 375 minus 10 into 5 50.
Ma'am, A12 is 5.
Okay, here it is 5. I took 15. 40 minus 15, 25.
Ma'am, V value is 13.
Huh?
13. V value.
Which value?
Ma'am, V value is 13. 1, 3,
Okay, answer
13.
you are saying. Yes, it's 13.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, then. After calculating value of the gain, we need to calculate what? P. Calculate P value, students. That is A22 minus A21 upon D. A22 value is how much? 15 minus A21 is 10 upon B value we got 25. 5 upon 25. That is 1 upon 5. That means 25% chances. 20% chances. 1 minus P is equivalent to 1 minus 1 by 5. That is 4 by 5. That means 80% chance. For A1, 20% chance. For A4 strategy, player A apply A4 strategy, winning chances will be 80%. If player A applies strategy A1, winning chances are 20%. Then how to write the optimal strategy for player A? Optimal strategy for player A is here A1 is there. That means you have to write down P value. The P value is 1 by 5. We don't have row A2. That means the strategy is 0. A2 gets eliminated. Similarly, row A3 was eliminated. Row A3 is not there. Then that means strategy will become 0. 1 by 5, comma 0, comma 0. For strategy A4, it is 4 by 5. Similarly, calculate winning strategy for player B. For player B, what is the formula? Q is equal to A22 minus A12 upon D. A22 value is how much? 15 minus A12 value is 5 upon D value is 25. 10 upon 25. 5 2s are 5 5s are. That means B3 for strategy is 40%. 1 minus Q is equal to 1 minus 2 by 5. That is 3 by 5. Optimal strategy for player B. Optimal strategy for player B. Here for player B, if you observe carefully, for column B1 and B2 was eliminated. Columns B1, B2 was eliminated. That means initially the strategy is 0. For B1 strategy 0, B2 strategy 0, B3. That is Q value. What is Q value? 2 by 5, comma. B4 strategy is 3 by 5. Again, I am repeating. This problem has come in the year 2009 as well as 2014. Twice this problem has repeated. First, apply principle of dominance rule. Compare every row with any other row. Whichever the row is lesser row gets eliminated. And for columns, greater column gets eliminated. You have to reduce that matrix into 2 by 2 by using dominant strategy. After reducing the matrix into 2 by 2, you have to verify first saddle point. If saddle point exists, sometimes after applying principle of dominance, you will get value of the gain. That also we will see in the lecture, next lecture. Okay, here 2 by 2 matrix we got. We have verified we are not getting saddle point. That's why we have to apply value of the gain formula. Okay, here A11 into A22, this formula you should remember. Minus A21 into A12. Wherever multiplication is there in denominator, simply you substitute addition symbol. That is also known as diagonal elements of the payoff matrix. Okay, substitute those values. Here we got 375 minus 50 upon 25. Value of the gain is 30. You have to find out optimal strategy for player A. The formula is P is equal to A22 minus A21 upon B. Substitute the values. Here for player A, here row A2 and row A3 is not there. That's why you have to substitute those values as 0. Okay, optimal strategy for player A, because A1 is there, that's why the P value is 1 by 5. A2 is not there, that's why the strategy is 0. A3 is not there, that's why the strategy is 0. Next, 1 minus P value you have to write down, that is 4 by 5. Similarly, you have to calculate optimal strategy for player B. The formula is A22 minus A12 upon D. Then you will get the value 2 by 5 you got, 1 minus Q also, 1 minus 2 by 5 you will get 3 by 5. That is 40 and 60% chances are there. But for player B, B1 and B2 columns was eliminated. That's why for player B, while applying B1 strategy will become 0, B2 strategy also 0, B3 is nothing but Q value, B4 is nothing but 1 minus Q. Any queries?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Aditi, tell me.
Ma'am, is it important to write down the values of the eliminated column, that is 0, 0, that we have written in player
Yes,
1
yes,
and
it
2?
is mandatory. External will check for it only. It is mandatory. It is mandatory. You cannot you cannot exclude those strategy values. Clear, Aditi?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody is having any doubt? Game theory is very easy. Entire 5th chapter is easy compared to all other chapters. Decision theory also I hope easy. Under uncertainty will come in the final examination.